Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews is expected to announce a further easing of restrictions today. The state is days away from meeting its 70% double dose target, which could prompt the easing of restrictions from as early as next week. Up to 5 fully vaccinated people will be able to visit homes, and the 15-kilometre travel bubble will come to an end, according to the Herald Sun. But restrictions over regional travel will stay in place until the 80% target is reached. Indoor dining, retail and schools are expected to return in the coming days. It comes as the Treasurer Josh Frydenberg calls for Victoria's rules to be aligned with those in New South Wales.
Melbourne has been locked down for 257 days. The shutdown will end when 70% of the state is fully vaccinated, which could be by next Thursday, several days ahead of schedule. But Victoria's government is yet to commit to a date.
It's time Victoria shifted gears and got back in the fast lane.
The Federal Treasurer declared the decision to delay reopening ludicrous and unacceptable.
Victorians are looking at what's happening in New South Wales and say, why do those people get the freedoms at 70 and 80% that we here in Victoria are not getting?
He slammed Victoria's pandemic response but backed the Commonwealth's decision to remove disaster payments for businesses after the 80% vaccination target is reached.
With respect to the emergency disaster payment, it was exactly that. An emergency disaster payment that comes to an end at 80%.
1,993 new local coronavirus infections have been recorded and 7 more people have died with the virus, including a 15-year-old with underlying health conditions.
In this very sad, tragic case, we won't be making any more comments on her, but we will and do send our very best wishes to her family and, of course, the family of all those who've lost their lives with COVID.
19 pop-up vaccination clinics are being set up in areas with low inoculation rates, in particular in southeast Melbourne.
So it's all around trying to make it as easy as possible, but also as comfortable and as, I guess, a welcoming environment as we can to enable people who haven't yet got their vaccination done to just make it happen.
More than 500 compliance checks were carried out on Victorian businesses on Friday as mandatory COVID vaccinations came into effect for more than 1 million authorised workers.
Sure, there'll be a small number who, for whatever reason, don't wish to get vaccinated and they need to find an alternative career choice. I think the vast majority of Victorians, given what we're living through, would think that's a pretty reasonable thing to do.
I'm mostly against the fact that the government is taking away my choice to make that decision.
Police officers arrested several people in Carlton North on Saturday, disrupting plans for another anti-vaccination protest. Julia Bradley, Sky News, Melbourne.